Hello everybody, this is John Clark from Jasper, Indiana. I go by the tag name Weight Loss Surgery Alternative. So tonight I want to talk to you about the very first thing I learned once the DrV, back then it was called the Leap Year Challenge, started. Because it was the leap year and he thought it was a great idea, and it was. It has proven to be so. It's proven to be true. So I wanted to start off with talking about the very first thing and the very first email that he sent us for our challenge for our homework. Hey AC, hope you're feeling good, kiddo. Lori. And the very first thing, and anybody that's in the challenge will know this, meditate for 3 minutes. Well, I had never meditated in my life. So, and I'm sure most of us had not either. I thought, oh my Lord, this isn't going to work. But I'd already watched so many, hello Shan, and Deborah, thanks. I had already watched so many of his YouTube videos that I had so much faith in him that I wasn't going to let something silly like that stop me. So I did the 3 minutes meditation. What I did was I just searched for some meditation music online, and I had it playing in the background, and I set a timer. Each day you were supposed to add 2 minutes to each day. So the first day, what he tells you to do is to get loose. If you're going to be sitting down, because most of us can't get down on the floor, back then anyways. And hey Mary King. And so what we did was he would tell us to get in a chair, get nice and comfortable. You want your back against the back of the chair, your feet grounded, and just relax. And just kind of flex your fingers, just get comfortable. And at that point, you're just going to start doing your breathings. And you just kind of breathing in and breathing out. And, he talked about doing I as you breathe in, am as you breathe out. It's, of course, a lot slower than that. So, again, when he would do it, and, he did it for us. He demonstrated for us, and we watched, and it looked a little comical, to be honest with you. I mean, he was a little nervous, too, at the beginning, even though he'd already been meditating and whatnot. But, he was in front of all of us. I have no idea. Hey, Griselda. I have no idea if he had ever meditated with a group of people or anything like that. And so I went ahead and did it. And I added my 2 minutes every day. And each day I would search for a longer video. I would base it on the minutes that I was supposed to do my meditation on. And by the end of that, well before the end of that month, you'll be at 30 minutes. And that's where he keyed us towards, was doing 30 minutes. So every morning I do. One of the first things I do after I go to the restroom and get me a drink is I do my meditation, 30-minute meditation. And there's rare times when I would have to do a meditation later in the day because I had an appointment too early in the morning. But I would do that meditation. Now there's such a variety of meditations out there. Another one that I thought was kind of comical when he told us about it was the barefoot walking meditation. And of course, I've got dogs, so in my backyard I wasn't going to do no barefoot walking. Even though I picked the manure up, I was not going to walk out there. And I have a lot more gravel out there. So I would come out front in the front yard here, and I would meditate. And I would kind of, watch as I'm stepping, or kind of not really watch. I was kind of feeling how it felt as I stepped. And I'd do that meditation walking. And I don't think I'd ever done it for 30 minutes. I think maybe I did the most, maybe 15 minutes. But the key, again, is to just do these little things that he throws curveballs at us with. Just do them. Because if you do them and then you repeat doing them, you're going to enjoy doing it. So it gets to the point where you actually get out on your walks, and a lot of times we listen to motivational music or motivational videos while we're walking. Sometimes I'll walk with somebody, and then they try to talk with me. But I'm more concentrated on my breathing and on focusing on my pace and that type of stuff. And so I'm not the best person to go walking with. I will tell you that, unless it's my wife. Then of course, if she will let me hold her hand that day. Hey, Leticia. I had a friend in where was she at? She was in Cole Camp, Missouri, and first time I'd ever seen that name, Leticia. That's such a beautiful name. And of course I told her. And it was well after my marriage. It was nothing like that. It was strictly a beautiful name, and I let her know. And I'm pretty honest about things. I tell people, I'm kind of blunt probably on a lot of things, but I try to be respectful as much as possible. But so you might be wondering, why am I sitting in my car talking about meditation? Well, some of us in our lives, and this is not every day for me, but some of us in our lives don't have a quiet time in the home. Something's going on in the homes, and there's really just no place to get quiet and get away from that noise. This is perfect for it. I could be outside. Of course, it's raining right now, so that's why I decided to do it in the car. I was going to sit out back and show you how I did it. Or not show you how I did it, but talk about it. And then I decided, well, you know what? I want something quiet because people are moving around in there. Oh, Sandy's going live in 10 minutes. So I decided to come out here. And of course, the rain makes sure that I stay inside during that. I'm not out walking around, pacing around in front of y'all. So anyway, so then, I would do meditation. Sometimes I'll come out into the car and meditate because I want the peace and quiet. And yeah, I can hear a car go by, but naturally as you're meditating, you're sitting there with your eyes closed, you're breathing. And you take a deep breath. You breathe in, you breathe out, and that's another thing Dr. V's big on. This is what life is about. Breathe in, breathe out. So, I do that, and I've always been a pretty calm person, but I feel that this has made me even calmer. And I don't know that. Let me rephrase that. I don't know that it made me calmer, but it made me calm down when I needed to, because we all know this weight loss journey is it's scary. It's intimidating, I guess is a good way to say it. I'm very fortunate. Everybody around me, my friends, my family, they support me. Now, is it 100%? No, because they still do their thing in front of me, which is fine. My wife still, and she's getting better day by day, still will bring in foods that she knows shouldn't be in the house, and I try to encourage her not to eat them in the house, not to eat them at all, but and naturally that's her choice. That's all I can do is encourage her. But each day she's doing better. She used to drink sodas like they were going out of style. Dr. Pepper was her favorite, I believe. And now she drinks mainly water. And the reason I say mainly is she will have a big glass of milk once in a while. She's always been a milkaholic. She used to drink like 3 glasses of that a day. And I've told her what Dr. V calls it, but I say it with a smile because, that's his opinion, and she's got to come up with that decision on her own if she wants to. I've never been a milk lover anyways. I did try the almond milks when I first started doing the challenge in my smoothies. And they probably helped me because I tried water too, and I did not like the taste of the smoothie with water at first. But the key is to keep experimenting with it, and you're going to find something that you like. And I found several combinations that I love. And sorry, I'm not meditating because you can see I'm looking at cars as they go by. Why are people running around out in the rain? So, anyways, it's very important to just stay focused, guys. Stay dedicated to what you're trying to do. I think I heard somebody, I might have read a post on Instagram. Somebody was saying, hey, there's going to be days when you just flat out don't want to do it. You're not motivated. Well, on those days, it's okay that you're not motivated. What you've got to do, though, you got to promise yourself, and that's where you have to be firm with yourself. And it's, the I tough love you concept. I don't want to meditate for 30 minutes a day. Give yourself at least 10 minutes of whatever the activity is, whether it be meditation, working out, walking, because once you get into it, you get back to that feeling again. Oh yeah, I like this. And when I first started doing the walking, and I was like, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'd get up and move in the house and whatnot, but I didn't want to go out for those walks. And I would always put it off to later at night. And that's how I got to where, hey Gina, that's where I got to doing my late night walks. Is I was always putting it off. But every time I got out and walked, I felt so good afterwards. And it's true. You feel so good afterwards if you just do what you got to do. So, is it easy? Of course not. It's a challenge. And I'm not talking about Dr. V's challenge there. I'm talking about it's a personal challenge for everybody. I know people like, was it Shan I saw on there earlier? She's a runner. There's several runners in the challenge, and I love seeing them posting stuff about their running. I follow Running Territory on Instagram because I was a runner back in my day, and I was a long distance runner, and yay me, I had the high school record for the 2 mile, and we were what they called the blue chip conference champions and whatnot. But none of us were ever fast enough to participate at state level. And I dream about that, but that's what dreams are about, right? Even still, as a 60-year-old man, I dream about being able to move like that. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about the very first thing I learned. And the very next thing on that email list, and it's on everyone every day that he sends, is to do your thankful and grateful journaling. And again, the same thing, 3 minutes of that is what he started off with, and he kept it at 3 minutes. But you just do your thankful, you write down, I am thankful and grateful, and then what it is. I am, and you write it each time. I am thankful and grateful, and write something else. And you do that, you set a timer. Do that for 3 minutes. You're going to get lots of notepads filled up. Or journals or whatever it is you're going to use. He doesn't want us typing it. He wants us writing it because they say it's been researched and you learn better by handwriting versus by typing. And that's one thing I've not done during any of his lives is I've always just typed the notes in the lives. I've never went back and rewritten them. I love how Christina Whitaker will come back and post in the challenge now. She'll post what the highlights of the notes were, which is, I think, awesome. She does an excellent job. And another person does a really good job is Yin Yang. Yin Yang will come back on, and if there's a day that I can't do it, or if I've got connectivity problems or whatever, she will, if I'm driving just listening, she will pick up and do my notes for me in my little thread. I like to keep my notes all in a thread so that they're easy access for anybody that wants to find them versus having to scroll through the whole thing all the time. And that's just, I think that's just a kind way to be. I choose always to try to be kind. Hey, Thelma. And hey, did a good live earlier. I tell you, I can't remember what's third on the email right now. See, I should write notes down. People talk about, I don't know what to talk about. And I say, well, if you think about something during the day, just write it down. I didn't do that. So guilty as charged. Isn't that awful? What do you guys think? Anything else you want me to talk about? What did I do today? I tell you what, yesterday afternoon, I went to shopping with my daughter. She wanted to pick out a new couch. I think it's called sectional for her new home. And she did her researching, and I don't know how many different places she looked, but this was the day that she knew she was going to buy, and so I went with her, and just to be there. And it was pretty nice little couch you got. It's really good for the materials, resistant for dogs and cats, scratch resistant. I mean, nothing's guaranteed on a dog that's got the really sharp claws, but she does a pretty good job about keeping them trimmed down. And so anyways, we went to a place called Jason's Deli. I don't think they're everywhere, but it was a good deli. I had it was a turkey wrap is what I had, and I don't eat breads, and but every once in a while I'll have wraps. And here lately I've had wraps several times, probably over the last 2 months. But what I do is I kind of getting off track from that. I do prefer like a Jimmy John's if I'm going to go out, like have to go out for an appointment or whatever, because they have the unwich, which is wrapped in the lettuce, which is delicious. I never get mayonnaise on it. I never get ketchup on anything like that. I don't get any of the creamy sauces. I get like a vinaigrette, and I don't have them put any salt and pepper on it or anything like that. And I do have them put jalapenos on it. Hey Marcy, hey Elaine. But it's all, and just being mindful of what you're doing. Just about, it's not everywhere. Just about any place you go, you can find something that you can satisfy your lunch or your dinner, whatever the situation might be. So again, just being in the right frame of mind, and it doesn't matter what the next person thinks. It doesn't, even if it's a friend you're with. You eat what you know is right for you. That's the key. Any of you guys remember what the third thing was on his email list? I would look it up, but I don't want to lose you guys if I've started messing with it. I'll have to get better about writing these notes. Write down some notes. Hey, Joan Stewart. Melissa. That's a soul sister there, guys. Actually, all you guys are soul sisters, because I'm a soul mister. I don't remember how that came about, but another thing is I follow Kate Aarons in her glow lessons, and it's a grandma's type concept lessons, and I'm the glow man, and of course her husband is in it, so he's a glow man, but I got the first title as glow man, and I think that's kind of cute that she titled me that. But I try to follow folks as much as I can and interact as much as I can. I think I said yesterday that I'll reply to everybody on here at a minimum with a heart, because I don't want to get locked out of Facebook, and especially in my weight loss surgery alternative page. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but sometimes in the DrV challenge during the lives, if I tag too many people, I get blocked at a certain point. I can still type, but I can't tag anybody else, and that really is frustrating, because I like to just get people involved, interact. But that's how life works, isn't it? Sometimes we can't control Facebook, but there's a way to circumvent it if you try. Hey Kristen, Nora, Amy, there's a cohort, guys. She is one of the original cohorts, and what I mean by that, I'm sure a lot of you guys know by now. We have the weekly group meetings with Dr. V. We've been in it from the start. I believe it started in was it May or March? I can't remember, Amy. I'm getting older. I know you're a couple months older than me. I didn't tell anybody how old I was. Yeah, I did. And Amy's one of the original cohorts. She is somebody that is very, very inspiring, very motivational. Well, I guess I really should get ready. It's already past 8:30, and here in my area, and Sandy's live has already started. So I'm gonna get off here and get on there and watch Sandy's live. And you all have a blessed day. Actually, she might change her schedule. I might not have to. But either way, I'm going to get off here. You guys behave yourselves. Thank you for getting on here. I appreciate every one of you. And if you can't behave yourself, try to leave my name out of it. Unless you need a ride, then I'll come get you and help you out. Take care, guys. Love y'all.